So welcome back to the Manc Entrepreneur YouTube channel. In today's episode, I'm joined once again by Mr. Matthew Ogborne, who has just completed his 1 year on YouTube. How was that, mate?
The honest answer is that while I was doing it, it didn't feel like work, or there were a few times when it felt like it was quite a bit of effort. And now the year is over, I'm just like, I don't have to post a video every single day, and that's just so relaxing because there isn't that requirement to post something every single day.
Yeah, I mean,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so is it almost like the burden has been lifted? Like you've not got that monkey on your shoulder saying, right, you have to do a video today, it's another day, that sort of feeling?
Yeah, it's exactly that. So my goal was for a period of 1 year to post a video every single day. I didn't actually do that. There was a week at least where due to work, I needed to get my head down and finish a couple of tasks. And there was a week which I didn't post a single video on, and I missed a couple of days. Well, over a year, it's bound to happen, isn't it? But I didn't feel too bad by missing a couple of days, because instead of posting 365 videos, I kind of posted 859 videos in a year. So
yeah, your average is closer to 2 a day than 1 a day for sure. And I remember you saying like there was one day you posted 5 videos in a day. So 9 videos in a day was your max.
Yeah,
wow.
9 videos in a day. There was frequently 4,
yeah.
3, 2, and again, if I felt there was value in what I was doing, then it got published.
Yeah, and I think that burden is something, because again, we had Miles on a couple of days ago, and Miles did 120 videos in 120 days, which I think is 4 months. And he said after 4 months, he was just like exhausted. He was like, I don't want to do it anymore. And I think he took a week or 2 off, and he's now back posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I believe. So I think he's now moved to a 3-day week. But for sure, it's not easy. And again, I'm guessing you've felt the same, because again, one of the byproducts of what you've done is create a community around the channel. And let me know if this is the same for you. Miles made the comment that he felt he wasn't making videos for him anymore. He was making videos for the audience. He didn't want to let them down. That was ultimately why you carry on the days when you don't feel like putting videos up. Yeah,
there was part of that, the like social responsibility to the viewers, which have become great friends, and we'll talk about what some of the positive effects have happened with the channel. But I understand where Miles was coming from. The one thing which I would like to note, that I have probably done about 150 live episodes as well. We were doing a daily RC coffee chat for quite a period of time. They started off being recorded, and then I decided that I hated the editing part to it, and why don't I record it live? And there was a lot of feedback from viewers that, Matt, why don't you do this live? And then I found this software called OBS, is what you can use to transmit your web camera with a little chat box on the top, show your desktop at the same time. And I did way over 100 live episodes just for the RC coffee chats, which I basically worked out of a Google Doc, just a couple of bullet points. We're going to be covering these topics per day today, and we just had fun, and it was great because it was just so dynamic. You feed off the comments which were coming in off the screen as well, and it was just really, really good fun. And the bullet points were just there. It had to be simple because it was daily, and it was so simple, it just worked. It was really, really good fun.
Yeah, I do think almost the live videos in a way are almost cheating, because you have that, you don't have the edit, which is, again, usually the painful bit. It's not necessarily the edit, but it's then the render, the upload, and that's the time stuff, isn't it? That's the bit that takes the most time. Whereas the live stuff, you just sort of cheated that. And it's like, oh, Google and YouTube are just doing it for me automatically. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I don't like editing at all. That's unfortunately, it's a necessary evil. I know people who absolutely love the editing and great feature length edits,
do some cool stuff, effects, cool and all that.
And No, I don't even bother putting an intro in the videos anymore, and make that as part of it. And I will put a couple of closing slides in at the end, and maybe a couple of little caption bubbles. But that's it. I keep all the editing really, really light, because it's been a case that I've needed to keep it really, really light. If you're considering posting a video every single day, you just need something simple, something which works, and a standardized format. And by the way, one of my favorite things, which I've used continuously from the beginning, which is especially on YouTube, you've got the scroll bar at the bottom of the screen. So I'm trying to get this right. So you've got a scroll bar at the bottom of the timer. Is that you try and get, if you're going to put like a little message at the bottom of your screen, you put it above there. So what I did was just a little annotation which came out with a green background, green being a positive color, and just white text on there. So where something needed an annotation, we just put it in there, and I kept all the editing as simple as possible. Yeah,
absolutely. So again, YouTube is a big platform. It's only growing, and again, there's huge YouTubers out there such as Casey Neistat and Roman Atwood, who I've seen both come out and say, if you're going to do YouTube today, it needs to be daily. You need to be putting content out daily. So in terms of that for you, what effect did it have on your numbers and audience and watch time of doing daily videos? Was that, do you believe, is that the truth? Do you believe that to be the truth? Is that daily videos is where it needs to be?
Yeah, especially for your first year, for you have to go, the best term, I'm going to wait for Dave to stop drinking that, balls deep. See why I appreciate that. But no, on a serious point, you have to go balls deep. You have to commit, and anything less than one video per day is not commitment. Okay, and not doing it for a year, doing your absolute best to do it for a year. Like I said, I failed at doing a video every single day, but actually overall, I think I did pretty good. Doubled the amount of videos I intend to do. And once you get yourself into a role and you're away, and by the way, I'm just going in my YouTube dashboard right now to give you like some headline stats, because I'm pretty sure you're going to be interested in these. For all intents and purposes, 6 years, or to be absolutely correct, 5 years and 288 days worth of minutes watched in a year. Okay, so that's 365 days in there. Absolute crazy number. It's something like 3 million minutes watched in a year. That number's just blown me away. Number of views, 635,000. And yeah, that's just nuts. Average view duration. I know some people get really fickle about their view durations. Mine was 4 minutes and 47. I think that's really good.
I think mine's about the same. I've no idea what a normal one is. I think mine's around 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah. I tell you what, the one number which I am most impressed about this one, and it's blown me away, and I'll show you the number which I'm least personally impressed about, and I'll explain why in a moment as well. Number of comments, 38,000 comments.
That's incredible.
38,000 comments, because we'll get to like the 3 simple rules which I followed, but one of the other rules which I followed, which was always reply. Anybody who left a comment on the channel, I would always follow up with a personal reply to them. I've seen it so many times with much larger YouTube channels. It's just physically impossible to reply to every single user. I wanted to be able to create that interaction, that real interaction, person-to-person interaction with the viewer, because they were interested in what I was interested in. And we'll get to the Facebook community as well. But yeah, 38,000 comments. Personally, very, very impressed with that number. 6 years of like watch time minutes is very good for not a very big channel. And again, I think I'm 300, sorry, not 300, only about 3,000 something subscribers. So not massive numbers. Keep this in the back of your mind. Yeah, 3,800 subscribers. We're not talking massive numbers here. We're not talking millions.
No.
We're talking about one bloke genuinely having a laugh in the stuff which he's interested in, and that's all it is. And I'm in a niche of a niche. I'm not even like in mainstream stuff. I'm just having a laugh and meeting cool people and just having fun.
No, and for anyone, again, Matt's channel, there'll be a card up here, I imagine, and an end screen thing. Check it out. Like you said, it is niche of niche, just like Miles mentioned a couple of days ago. But that is where you find the nutters, isn't it, Matt? You find that's where you find the crazy people.
Yeah, you've got to find the crazy people which are interested in what you are doing. So 99% of you, which are going to go and have a look at the YouTube channel, like Dave said, it'll be in the top right-hand corner, is that you probably won't like it. Mm-hmm. And that's fantastic because it's not aimed at you. But if it was, you would be interested. And that's the key thing to remember, is that if you've picked your niche and you've picked your area of interest exceptionally well, it is going to be sugar and salt. You're going to go, oh, I don't like that at all, and back out immediately. Or you're going to go, wow, I really enjoy this, and just carry on watching, and then go off and find the other videos. No, Dave, I'm really aware that there was that one thing which I'm personally really one area which I felt that I could have done better over the last year, and it's the number of shares. 1,400 is not a good number. I am personally really, I'm here looking at the dashboard. I'm really disappointed with that number. I did so badly on that one, and it would have been so simple to resolve as well if I had been spotted it sooner by just asking at the end of the video, or the episode as I called them, or still call them, I hasten to add, is that just saying, if you've enjoyed this episode, feel free to like, subscribe, and maybe share this with your friends and other pilots. Mm-hmm. Just something like that.
Something as simple as that, yeah. Because it's amazing how, because what you're doing, entertainment style, but also education as well with your iNav series and other, the build stuff that you've done.
I'm really chuffed that you called it entertainment, because I just genuinely think it's me dicking around.
Well, it is. It's entertaining. I still love that fact when you set the cement mixer on fire. And again, I might link to that one as well, because everyone will enjoy that video.
That was funny as
everyone will enjoy that video.
We did that one live, so that's something which you should not do live. And if you want a really good example of what you should not do live, Dave will stick it in the top right corner.
There'll be a link. But that's what I mean. It is entertainment, but also informative for people who are trying to get into the hobby. And like I said, the iNav series that you're running at the minute. And you've done hour and a half long build episodes, and where again doing it live where people can get involved and chat.
Do you know what, Dave? Sorry to jump in there. I was a bit worried about something like that. There are content creators in the RC niche which will do really polished build episodes. So they'll receive a model and they'll build it, but they'll skip over all the boring stuff. And I was like, well, look, if you really want to build video, you're going to sit here with me and stand here with me, and we're going to do the whole build together. And some of them will go for an hour or more. Yeah. And then I felt they were a bit long. Actually, I've just been watching a series on, I forgot what's this chap's name. There's a 3D printing guy, and he basically built the cheapest possible half-decent 3D printer. And some of his live stuff is been on for 4 hours. Yeah. And this is the point. Just going back to the watch time a few moments ago, is a video is as long as it needs to be. It could be a few seconds. In fact, I only just published my shortest video I've ever done on YouTube, which was 22 seconds. And it was me just how I fluked a model through a hole. I didn't even know it was there. Flew through, and I went to bail it, and then had to turn it on its side, and thankfully there was a gap in the branches. And it's 22 seconds was the shortest one, but then the other ones have been much longer as well. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, is that as long as it keeps interest and it remains interesting, you can talk for hours. It does not matter. So it could be 15 minutes, an hour, 4 hours. As long as it's interesting, it generally does not matter at all on video length.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is you are giving value, and like I said, the video is as long as it needs to be in order to give value to that person watching it, to your audience. And I think that coming back to, like you said, asking for shares, and people might be watching this thinking, well, why? Just because you asked doesn't mean someone's going to do it. But the thing is, if people look to you as an expert, or like I say, an entertainer in your field, you've built that trust or that goodwill where they want to help you out. You've provided them with something for free that they can watch and enjoy. And as simple as just clicking a button, it's a very simple request. So absolutely, just by asking your audience to do something, it seems to work a lot of the time.
Totally. If you don't ask, you don't get, and you're not asking for much, like you just said. The click of a button.
Doesn't cost anything.
Doesn't cost anything. Very little input from them. And again, if they miss and hit the dislike button, who cares? It's just like that added. Yeah, in fact, I'm really impressed to say that I've only got, and I'm really disappointed about this, I've only got 530 dislikes.
That means you're much more likable than you are dislikable. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I got 18,000 likes, but to be honest, don't feel bad if someone dislikes your video, because you basically take what you would normally class as your positive likes and you add your dislikes together. So actually, I got 18,582 likes to the channel, because it's all interaction. Good or bad.
You've made someone feel something either way, which is good.
It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, yeah.
So I guess, Matt, we need to get on to the topic which most people watching this are going to be interested in. At 6 months, you've done $60,000. What's the numbers after 12 months? What did you do revenue-wise?
So revenue-wise, this is gross revenue. It was above 150,000 USD, which is approximately about 120,000 gross sales. Now, they were all affiliate sales. I want to hasten to that. And now 2 weeks on, I will quickly check. Well, that was on the 22nd. We're now on the 6th of July.
So it's about 2 weeks. Maybe a bit
about 2 weeks, yeah. So we've done about another 11 on top, maybe a little bit more. Well, probably about 12 by the end of close of today as well. So we're doing about $6,000 gross per week, and it has gone up. There's the irony for you. I've stopped posting videos, and it's just grown. That is such the cure. I'm not saying stop posting videos. I've reduced the frequency.
Yeah, you're not the burden of daily is not there anymore.
Yeah. Sorry. And then it means that I feel a little bit freer at the moment. I am enjoying the downtime. You're catching me with like just 2 weeks afterwards. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, if you've posted a video every single day for the last year, you'd probably be in the same situation, which is that, frankly, I've had enough and I'm going to chill. But it's not a case of like I've had it completely enough. I've built a Facebook community of over 1,000 cool people like me, which have the same outset, the same like view on RC modeling, which is that if you stuff it, you laugh your tits off, you take a photograph and you share it in the group, and that's really, really cool. So coming back to the numbers, plus 150,000 USD. Do keep in the back of your mind that the channel is banned from YouTube ads, which is exactly the reason why I used that YouTube channel, because I wanted to make a point that YouTube ads are completely pointless, to the point that I can't run ads on the channel at all. And ads are only important to you if you've got tens of thousands of subscribers. And to be brutally honest, I hate bastard adverts on YouTube. There is no polite way of putting it. I hate adverts. Mm-hmm. Point blank, they are so intrusive. There's a I mentioned the channel Mighty Car Mods, 2 Australian guys, absolutely brilliant. I hate the
riddled with ads.
Yeah, not too bad, but still really, it's interruption marketing. I hate it. So yeah, the YouTube channel, no YouTube ad revenue, which I think is fantastic. Mm-hmm. I did contact them at the end when I reached 1 million views and said, I've reached 1 million views now, can we have a chat about this? And they gave me some lame reply. So I got back to them and said, I'll email you again when I've got to 2 million views. And then it's my point of view, it's their loss.
Yeah.
And I feel really happy about it. It's actually 5 videos which have got adverts in, and they're not my adverts. They're because I chose specific music tracks. I wanted those tracks of music in those videos. That's why we got adverts on. And many videos I have been caught with videos getting picked up with ads on them because of the music which I've used. I've then gone and deleted the video, put a different music track on, and put that up because I hate adverts in videos that much.
Yeah. I'm the same. I mean, obviously, nowhere near your number of subscribers. There's even less point of me running ads. I'm not banned from AdSense, but ultimately, there's one video which I did, and the backing track that I used to use apparently is no longer no copyright, and it flagged up, and I was like, can I be bothered doing the re-upload with my horrendous internet speeds? No. So I've not been and checked. I have checked it, and there was no ads running on it. It was showing monetized, but there was no ads running on it when I checked. Whether that changes, it may do, but I will keep an eye on it, because like you, what's the point in having ads? And nothing winds me up more than seeing a channel with like sub 1,000 subscribers and it has like 3 or 4 ads rolling through it, and you're like, you're ruining the experience for your user because you're not going to make a single penny from any ads on your 20 views per video.
Yeah, you can spot that on specific channels because they will do a 10-minute and 12-second ad because of the 10-minute market to squeeze free adverts in and stuff like that. It's really obvious as you become a more proficient YouTube creator and what tactics are being employed.
Go over 10-minute videos.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, Dave, get us back onto topic.
So, incredible results regarding the revenue.
And I just want to make this point here is that I chose a niche of a niche. Okay, the area which I chose was not mainstream, so it was RC, so remote control, and it was remote control flying wings as well. So not like the mainstream with quadcopters and multi-rotors, or that nasty word which I hate called drones. They're actually called quadcopters or hexacopters or multi-rotors for a much nicer name. If I'd chosen that route, then I would have easily topped over. We spoke about this the other day. 500k minimum. Honestly, it would have been so easy to do much higher numbers, but I had to stay true to what I was interested in, and that comes back to an ethos which I used, which was to be humble, to never lie, and to always be me. That was my 3 underlying factors. I'm going to repeat them because they are that important. Be humble, never lie, and be me. Okay, or in your case, be you. And that's why I didn't go mainstream. And I've got a couple of quads here, I muck around with them from time to time, but I didn't really have any great interest in that. And if I was really after a large number of subscribers, if I was after an amazing number to share with you, and by the way, I don't want to dismiss what I've been and achieved, but if I want to make the point is that if I was really chasing the money, I would have gone for a much more popular category, a popular niche. But that's the thing about YouTube. It's very real. If you're being fake, it's transparent. People will just see through you. So keep into that simple ethos: be humble, never lie, be me. And I feel that I've had fantastic results to the point that me and Dave had this conversation several months ago, which is that, Dave, I could do this full time and pull in, and I'm just looking at the stats off the side of the screen, and pull in a massive salary from this. Because if I was going to do it, then 40 videos a week is not out of the question. It would have been perfectly possible to grow through an excessive amount of work for just 2 days.
You could have got yourself a full-time editor. Yeah, absolutely. Focus on creating content for 2 days. Full-time video editor, maybe a content writer as well, and turn it into a side little bit of business, and done it like full-time. That did cross my mind at one point as well, which I'm glad that I didn't. Well, I'm glad that I've not taken that route, because obviously you don't even know this, but Dave's actually my business partner. Yeah, that would have been a tough conversation, wouldn't it?
It would have been a tough conversation. But the thing is that those 3 ethoses, that ethos is that I always tell the truth. You never lie, and I always keep it as open as possible, which if you've got a business partner, you need to be on that kind of level. And I'm sure Dave doesn't like my honesty at times, and it can be a bit hard for him, but you have to be brutally honest, because it's just like another marriage. Which sounds a bit wrong because Dave's a bloke, but
it's true,
it won't, you know. But on a serious point, you have to have that openness with those which you work with, not only on a business relationship, but also with your viewers as far as YouTube goes.
So with that in mind, and we've come across this before when we've done webinars on this topic, what would you say to someone watching this right now who says, yes, that's all well and good, but I'm not you, Matt, I can't do this?
Well, number one, that's bollocks. And
that's an excuse.
Because you're right, because it's just an excuse. The only thing which I would say that I do have in my favour is that I do have the ability to talk. I'm not scared. I have no fear. And that's probably one of the biggest things which I actually feel I've personally taken away, besides making that Facebook group of over 1,000 people, of really genuinely nice people. I've met so many fantastic people. But the other thing which I could take away from this is that I have no fear of being on camera. I have no qualms with going live at a moment's notice, grabbing the iPad, just going live, having a chit chat, being me, being humble, and discussing whatever I'm doing. So, yeah, someone's saying that, no, I don't really cut it. You've just got to dive in. Just dive in. Just be you. And if you're a grumpy person, be a grumpy person, you know? If you're exceptionally happy and sometimes get rather over caffeinated, then do that. You just have to be you, whatever state that's in. And you will have good days, you will have bad days, and you can come up with a million different excuses why not to do it. But that's the thing about being an entrepreneur, is that you just kind of put those fears to one side, or just wear those fears on your sleeves and share them with the outside world, and just jump in and just go and do it.
Absolutely. I think the thing, a lot of people make the same comments like, oh, I don't feel comfortable putting my face on camera. I don't like how I sound.
Well, here's the thing. We were chatting to John the other day, and he actually mentioned this really, really interesting point, which is that when you talk, you hear your voice echoing around your head. It has sort of like a resonance on there. And when you hear your voice being played back to you, you know it's you, but it doesn't sound the same. And of course it doesn't sound the same. It's not migrating in your throat, which I can feel. I might just put my hands on my neck and I can feel that. It's not echoing in your head. And of course it's going to sound different. The thing is that the second you get over that to the point which you go, well, I don't care, and focus upon presenting value or entertainment, in presenting value or whatever form that may be, is you just come to a stage where you don't care. And Dave, the same for you. You're just not hit record on a camera, and you record a video, and you'll go and edit it, and then go and publish it. You just don't hold back.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that can be very daunting for you to begin with, but to keep that in the back of your mind. The biggest YouTubers out there, they all started from zero. They didn't become a professional YouTuber overnight. Yeah. There was the point in time when they first got in front of the camera and hit record. That time did exist. There's nothing special. Everybody's born with everybody started from zero.
It's something which I mentioned on the channel in a previous video a few months ago, is that there was a time when you didn't know how to drive a car. And the first time you ever drove a car, you weren't very good. So what did you do? You practiced. You keep getting in the car and you keep driving, and eventually you get good. You pass your test, and you keep getting better the more you do it. And it's exactly the same with YouTube. I remember you saying to me when I first got started, I said, Dave, no one's going to watch your first 100 videos, so it doesn't matter. They can be terrible.
I was being honest as well. Nobody watches
we've seen the theme here. Matty's very honest a lot of the time.
But that's the thing, is that then you don't care, and then you can relax a bit and find your groove and find your funny parts, and I'm not a funny guy. We've had some absolutely hilarious episodes. We've done a lot of stuff live, and things have happened, and I've gone back and watched myself and laughed me boobies off on it. And there's been some more serious ones on there. I don't try and force anything. It just kind of happens, and just get in there and do it.
So, following on from that, when, and this is something which again me and you have spoke about, but I think it's something that is worth putting out there. With the numbers that you've seen, doing YouTube for a year, just doing a video every day is perfectly doable. Me and you both you run 2 businesses, I run one with you, and we still find time to record one video and get it edited and uploaded. It's not...
Oh, yeah, can we just pause for that? Hold that question where you... Yeah. Keep in the back of your mind is that I'm married, I have 2 kids, I run 2 businesses, one of them with Dave, and I'd like some form of social life to go out and do some flying as well, okay? My day-to-day is probably busy than most people's. In fact, I'm actually recovering from doing about a 32-hour day 2 days ago. So we're not saying, and we're just bums,
Yeah, this isn't our full-time thing, yeah.
We've got other full-time stuff to go on, and we've just squeezed this in to make the point to you, the blatant point to you, 1 year, a video every single day, massive results. I feel personally very, very happy. I've helped a large number of people. I've had fun. I've learned an awful lot. I've made money by doing that as well. And I've not made money by being a sleaze or lying. I've just made money, and I've had a really, really good time. I've met some really, really nice people by being humble, never lying, and being me. And I've tried to do that as best to my abilities. So keep that in the back of your mind. And sorry, Dave, let's catch up where we were.
That's an even better intro into this, is that do we now think, bearing in mind $150,000 in 12 months, is YouTube potentially a totally underutilized sales channel for e-commerce businesses? Is it potentially the third marketplace?
It is categorically the third marketplace. You have the ability to create such a strong brand loyal base or loyalty base to you or your business and what you do by just being you or just being the brand, okay? By being raw, by sharing the experiences or passing knowledge or entertaining or information, the many, many different forms of what a YouTube video can be, is that categorically, yes, it's nuts. Out of those 859 videos, maybe 1/10, maybe 120, about 20% had direct selling in there, if that made sense. Is that we're looking at products and stuff. There was a lot of stuff mucking around on the flight line. Then none of it, I didn't set out to be like a hard salesperson. I just shared my excitement of receiving a new model. We had a look at it, and one of the nice things which I found in my niche, which was just to be point blank honest, we always hold off final judgment until we fly the model and see if it's any good or not, because it might look fantastic on the desk, but if it's a complete dog in the sky, then so yeah, is YouTube the third marketplace as far as e-commerce businesses go? Yeah, categorically, you would be absolutely nuts not to do it. And you may have all these fears, all these inhibitions that I've got a face for radio, right, I'm a balding, right, okay, I'm very follically challenged, and I'm more follically challenged today because I've been in, I shaved my head and shaved my face. I'm not the most prettiest persons in the planet at all, okay, I've got a bit of a chubby belly, I have no real special attributes. Like I said, I'm very honest on that. I'm not a funny guy. I can talk. Third marketplace, totally. It's massively untapped. Did you say there was it was a country in its own right? Did I have that in a conversation earlier today?
That were YouTube?
Yeah.
That came up in a call with Miles, where so in the chat with Miles, we were saying Facebook recently announced they had 2 billion users, or 2 billion accounts, which is huge. That's a month. And Miles said he's heard it's 1.3 billion daily users, which I think is the third largest country behind China, India, Facebook, I believe, in terms of population. So it's huge.
It's huge. And
but that's the interesting thing, is that we then went on to say that the reason why YouTube is, such an important platform is obviously people keep talking about Facebook video. And the thing with Facebook video, yes, it's good. Yes, they have the audience. Bearing in mind, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world behind Google, who just so happens to own YouTube. But the thing is, with Facebook video, the lifetime of that video is 10, 15 minutes a day at most. I still see it now. It's like videos that I uploaded back in November are still, they're getting more views every single day than, some of my latest stuff. That wouldn't happen on Facebook. It only happens on YouTube because of the search functionality.
Yeah, because of the search functionality. And that's probably another compelling reason for you to look at YouTube, because your numbers are never going to go down. Your view count is only ever going to increase for each of the videos which you create. It's not going to go down. You'd have to delete the video for that count not to be there anymore. It's only ever going to go up. You're only going to reach a larger and larger audience over a period of time. So a year, ironically, is probably not long enough for. And again, I'm always interested in the long-term success. So a year felt kind of right at the point in time. You're catching me 2 weeks after the project, for all intents and purposes, finished. But of course, I'm going to continue publishing on YouTube because I enjoy the format. I love doing the live stuff. So we now run, instead of doing a daily RC Coffee Chat, we're doing a weekly RC Coffee Chat. We'll still do some live stuff from the flight line. We'll still do a couple of product reviews and things like that as and when they come up. But right now, I'm just being honest with you. I'm 2 weeks out. I've had enough of posting videos right now. But stuff will turn up, and I do have this cheat sheet or this list or swipe file. It's just a list with bullet points in of a whole raft of topics which I would like to cover. And that's the thing. I will get to those topics now, but without any sense of urgency to them. So it means that I can pause, I can think about a specific topic. And one big thing which I've now personally learned, just actually ironically near the end of the year, which was how powerful a series is that if you put, and by the way, myself and Dave's background here is creating tutorials and creating courses, is that the power of a series, pick a topic and then go really deep into it, assume as little as possible you can at the beginning, and then work your way through to it to a finish or completion. And I think that's absolutely lethal for YouTube. I really, really do, because it really does grasp that person's interest for a long period of time. It's like a soap, isn't it? Yeah. Soaps like EastEnders, for example, here in the United Kingdom, have been running for years, like Coronation Street, and people are still watching it now. Mm-hmm. It's nuts. So serious. I wish I did more. That's another mistake which I maybe made. Hindsight's brilliant, but making more series on topics, more topics, and that's something which I will be doing more in the future.
So Matt, unfortunately your webcam has just decided to turn off for us, but with that said, only one last question, and that is for anyone watching this right now who is sold on the YouTube idea. The 150,000 in 12 months sounds appealing. What do they need to know from the start, which you've had to pick up along the way, and how do they get started?
The thing is that you just need to get started. No excuses. Just pick whatever. And this is the thing. You have to be genuine and authentic in what you're doing. So you have to pick an area which you have an interest in and feel that you can continue discussing and showing others in for a year. In short, no, a period of a year is actually this is the bit which you're not going to want to hear, is not enough time. Mm-hmm. In reality, is that And number two, number one, just get started.
Yeah.
Just pick an area and give it a whirl, you know. And the brutal truth is, like I told Dave, first 100 videos, nobody's going to watch them anyway. So just go and get them up and get your first 100 out of the way. Go and cut your teeth on those first 100 videos. And if you do, your first videos will never be the best. Just being brutally honest, because you learn as you go, and you evolve as a presenter. That's the biggest one, and as a person, as you progress with each video which you create, all of your skills become better, whether it be editing, presenting, product research, communication of information, whatever. Everything just gets better. And you must just start. Just no excuse. There is no excuse not to get started. I've had personally fantastic success in a very, very, very small niche of a niche. And like I said, I would have personally, I would have been, if I'd chosen something more mainstream, 500k minimum in gross sales if I'd chosen the more popular category. But I had to stay truthful to myself. And that's the thing, that's actually going to pay me dividends long term, because I can maintain an interest in that area for a sustained period of time. It's just like running your own business. You don't do it just to get immediately rich. You don't do it to just get quick wins. Running a business is a game of attrition. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And keep that in the back of your mind. So whatever excuse you can come up with for not doing it, just go and get started. The kit is cheap. A web camera. One big thing which I would actually personally suggest is a decent microphone. That's the thing. Your videos need to be just good enough. Half decent web camera, good microphone. Has to be a good microphone. I'm using a Blue Yeti one. I think, Dave, you brought your...
I've got the Samsung Meteor.
Don't go back on the microphone. And again, you can just use a web camera. You don't have to have a GoPro. You don't have to have any specialized, really specialized equipment at all.
For a lot of stuff, your phone in your pocket is good enough. Oh
yeah, your phone. The amount of stuff I've done live on the iPad, and that's on a 3G connection, not even 4G connection. It's 720p, and we've had so much fun just using an iPad. Why not? You could do the same on your phone as well.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. The point which we're trying to make is go and get started. Everything which we've just been discussed, it's all inexpensive. If you've only got your phone, use your phone. But have a look to see if you can find a microphone which will plug into your phone so that you can improve the audio quality. Build a sense of community around what you're doing. And by the way, Dave, that's actually something which we missed. I always remember there was a YouTube creators video which I watched right at the very beginning, and they said about creating this community on YouTube. And I frankly thought, what a load of cabbage, you know? I thought, what you're talking out your rear, what a load of rubbish. And I stand today thoroughly corrected, the community all of the way. With that in mind, I was very adamant from the beginning it would not just be on YouTube, and exactly why I pushed hard on the Facebook side, because I wanted the sharing of images and videos, and I wanted that very personal interaction with the community which I was dealing with, because I like the people I like the subscribers. I like them because they share the same hobby, the same passions for what I do. That was one thing. That's probably one of the biggest things that is the biggest thing I was wrong on. You do create a community, so prepare for that in advance as well. Facebook groups are a fantastic tool. Third-party websites would have just been as effective as a Facebook group.
Fantastic. Mate, I don't think there's anything, any other questions I've got. Is there anything else that you think we've missed that is worth saying?
No, not at all. Just go and get started.
Just go and get started. Like I said, just don't wait for permission. Don't give us excuses.
You have my permission. You have Dave's permission
Absolutely.
for you to go and get started immediately. If you have a phone with a camera on it, if you have an iPad, you don't need any special tools. If you've just got a web camera, I've done so much live stuff with just a web camera and a microphone. You don't need any special tools at all. And ironically, you are watching this on YouTube, and everything you need to know about streaming live on YouTube, for example, is on YouTube.
Absolutely. So Matt, there's nothing left to say other than thank you so much for joining us and sharing with us your 1 year on YouTube journey. It's been pretty incredible, and yeah, it's surely motivational to anyone at home watching this right now. So thank you to you, and also thank you to you watching this. We really appreciate the attention that you've given us. If you've enjoyed this interview, hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. Also check out Matt's channel and you'll get a feel for everything which Matt has been talked to us about in this episode. Go check out, it will all make perfect sense. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you then.